Chess Beginner Level Phase 3. This video will present standard moves that a player must understand if they want to be successful in winning at the game of chess. Castling. This move occurs when the king and the rook switch places on the board so that the king can keep safe and the rook can make its move on the board. The pawn that sits in front of the king gets moved up one square. The pawn that sits in front of the queen gets moved up 2 squares. The bishop on the white square goes diagonal up 3 squares. The knight on the dark square goes 2 up and 1 over to the right side on the white square. The king then moves 2 squares to the left, and the rook switches places on the light square. En passant, French for in passing. This move occurs when 2 pawns get to the 5th rank on the board and one of the pawns moves diagonally 1 square beyond and toward the other pawn to remove that pawn from the board. The light-colored pawn in front of the queen goes up 2 squares. The dark-colored pawn in front of the king goes up 2 squares. The white pawn then moves up 1 square. The dark-colored pawn then moves diagonal to the left 1 square and removes the light pawn. Promotion. This move occurs when a pawn has managed to get to the opponent's side of the board and can now change to a different piece, usually a queen. The light-colored pawn moves up 1 square. The dark-colored pawn then will move up 1 square. The light-colored pawn again moves up 1 square, as does the dark-colored pawn. The light-colored pawn moves up 1 more square and then is promoted with a queen. Check. This move occurs when a non-king piece has placed the king in check. The king is now in danger of being in checkmate. The king is in check by the knight. The king is now out of check. Stalemate. This move occurs when the king is not in check or checkmate, but cannot move to any other square on the board because it would be in check or checkmate. As we can see, the king moves to the light square, it's in check by the bishop. It moves down to the black square, it's in check by the knight. It moves to the side with the light square, it's in check by the queen. When it moves back to the dark square, it is no longer in check. This is a stalemate. Checkmate. This move occurs when the king has nowhere to go because the opponent's pieces have blocked the king from moving on the board. The game is over. As can be seen on the board, the king on the dark square is in checkmate by all 4 of the dark pieces. This concludes Chess Beginner Level Phase 3.